Right, well, welcome to this first lesson, this part one in learning English. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about who this is designed for. If you're a real beginner and you don't understand much English at all, then this isn't really going to be for you. You need to go away and learn a bit more and practice and then come back, and then I think this will really help you. If you're an intermediate speaker, if you're an advanced speaker, then this practice session is just for you. It's aimed just at you. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at over the weeks, we're going to be looking at news sites, we're going to be looking at literature, anything really, any well-written English, and we're going to be going through it, reading it out. I'll be reading it out and you can listen and see how words are pronounced, see how sentences are constructed, and you can practice reading them out with me or after me. You know, pause the video, pause the audio, and just practice the sentences. Also, what I really want to encourage you to do is, if you have any questions, get in touch. Let me know what your questions are, and I will help to answer those for you. So let's start then. This is the BBC News site. If you want to practice English, it's a great resource here because there are stories that are updated throughout the day. The English is generally well written, but it's not too advanced. And there's audio and video on there too to help you practice with listening to English too. Okay, we're on the BBC News website. Let's go to the top story. NY Mayor hails hero crash pilot. This, of course, is the story referring to the plane that crash landed in the Hudson River in New York. Here, where it says NY, that's referring to New York there. So let's click on that and read this out loud. Okay, we'll start from the top. New York's mayor has hailed the pilot of a plane which crashed in the Hudson River with no loss of life as a hero. Michael Bloomberg said he would be giving incredibly brave Captain Chesley Sullenberger and his crew the keys to the city. Mr. Bloomberg honoured rescuers who pulled all 155 passengers and crew from the US Airways Airbus A320 to safety. Investigators are probing the crash, which Captain Sullenberger said was caused by birds flying into the engines. The investigation is expected to focus on recovering the flight recorders from Flight 1549 and interviewing the crew about what happened after it took off from New York's LaGuardia Airport en route to Charlotte, North Carolina on Thursday afternoon. One person suffered 2 broken legs in the crash, and paramedics treated 78 patients, most for minor injuries. So that's how it sounds. Let's go back to the beginning and read it again. New York's mayor has hailed the pilot of a plane which crashed in the Hudson River with no loss of life as a hero. Well, New York, that's fairly straightforward. The mayor of New York has hailed the pilot. Now, to hail is to declare, is to say that the pilot of the plane, which crashed in the Hudson River with no loss of life, as a hero. He's saying that the pilot is a hero. Michael Bloomberg said he would be giving incredibly brave Captain Chesley Sullenberger and his crew the keys to the city. As far as I can see, that's fairly straightforward. Mr. Bloomberg also honoured rescuers who pulled all 155 passengers and crew from the US Airways Airbus A320 to safety. Now, if we go to this word here, honoured, it begins with an H, which often in English is pronounced with a H sound, H, like help and house. But in this case, honoured, the H is silent. So you just imagine it's not there. So you don't say honoured, it's honoured. So Mr. Bloomberg also honoured rescuers who pulled all 155 passengers and crew from the US Airways Airbus A320 to safety. Investigators are probing the crash. Probing means they're looking into it, which Captain Sullenberger said was caused by birds flying into the engines. Now this word said, it's pronounced S-A-I, it's spelt S-A-I-D, so you might think that it's pronounced said, but it's not. The correct pronunciation is said. A bit like S-E-D, imagine that it's spelled S-E-D. He said it was caused by birds flying into the engines. The investigation is expected to focus on recovering the flight recorders from Flight 1549. Now, here we have an example of IGHT. The word flight is not pronounced phonetically. You don't say flighut. It's pronounced as if it was spelt I-T-E. So normally when you get an IGHT, it's pronounced IT. So flight recorders from Flight 1549, and interviewing the crew about what happened after it took off from New York's LaGuardia Airport en route to Charlotte, North Carolina on Thursday afternoon. One person suffered 2 broken legs in the crash, and paramedics treated 78 patients, most for minor injuries. So that's the end of the first lesson. It's just a quick look at a news story, a current news story, and we've gone through some of the pronunciation of the words in that story. If you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like me to look at in particular, let me know. And if you like the video, if you find it helpful, then do subscribe to the site. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming up here in the coming weeks and months. And as I say, if you have any questions, do get in touch. Thanks very much.